Hello everybody and welcome back. As always, I am Matteo311 and today we have to talk about the tragedy that is Borderlands 2 VR. So it appears that Gearbox is really efficient at frustrating the PC gaming community these days. Be it the epic exclusivity deal for Borderlands 3 or the original announcement that Borderlands 2 VR was initially going to be a PlayStation 4 exclusive, these frustrations just seem to continue with the release of Borderlands 2 VR for PC. Now, before we get into how poorly this game is doing on the Steam review pages, we need to stop and point out all the factors that make this look like a cash grab and not a streamlined and well-delivered $50 product. Now, with a price tag of $50, we are dealing with the upper echelon of VR games. That's almost as expensive as VR games get. You rarely see a title over $40. And usually this is justified by lack of content. But there are two major issues trying to value this game at $50. Yes, there may be a large amount of content. However, major features from the original game are missing. Primarily multiplayer, arguably one of the best aspects of the game. Things also obviously lose value over time. Borderlands 2 is no longer worth $50. You can actually go check its price on Steam, and it's listed at $20. So they're trying to justify the ability of experiencing this game in VR as an additional $30 value while also losing multiplayer. Unfortunately, this is just absurd, and game companies are no longer going to be able to use the amount of content card to claim why their ported VR game has so much extra value, because now games like Asgard's Wrath have released. They are built from the ground up for VR and have countless hours of content. Now, the obvious money grab continues because you can see that Gearbox really didn't care about the release of this product. A major signifier for that is no Valve Index support. What this says to me is, well, not a lot of people use a Valve Index, and we're really only looking at our sales numbers, so let's just support the Rift and the Vive and move on. It's pretty rare for a modern game to release without index support. We're currently in a state where indie developers release demos that have full finger tracking on Valve controllers. And speaking of indie developers, The Forest received a free update which enabled the game to work in VR and maintained its multiplayer aspect. And the final nail in the coffin for this game can clearly be seen in the reviews posted on the Steam pages. The majority of users have given the game a negative review, listing a myriad of different issues. Everything from graphical anomalies like weapons and controllers being way too big, to the game having a very fish-eye lens type of appearance, and also a large group of stomach-churning performance issues. At this point in time, it really seems like the AAA publishing studios just do not get VR. Indie studios are constantly releasing games that are cross-buy for both the Oculus Quest and Rift S, receive constant free updates and additional content, and just actually seem to care about the state of the game at release. On the other end of the spectrum, we have overpriced, poor performing PC ports of games like Fallout 4, Skyrim, and now we can add Borderlands 2 to that mix. If Gearbox cared at all about their consumers, they would at minimum have offered some type of discount to people who already own the game. Personally, I feel like I'm being light on this company. Do not give them your $50. Move on, and I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Let me hear your feedback below. Do you have an opinion on this subject? Did you start playing Borderlands 2 VR and you think it's amazing and I'm completely wrong? Yeah, that happens. Let me hear it, guys. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. I will see you on next time.